Hi everyone, this is Big Benedict. We're on Chapter 5, Expect Delays. We're playing Dead Space 3 on Impossible difficulty. So there aren't any battles until after we've done the hacking upstairs and found the cockpit area. But we have some pretty tough battles in this chapter. But like I said a couple of times before, the battles are the same every single time. They fool you the first time, but then after that, you're wise to their, their trickery, and you can pretty much own everything up. So we're going up here to the cockpit area, and there's going to be an artifact in the cockpit and an item to the left in this box. Also, I'm not going to be getting every single item in this game. I'm just going to get the items that I find, because this game hides items very well. So I interacted with that. Sometimes I just like to listen to the voices while I'm walking around. There's the upgrade circuit, very nice item. And we're going to be doing the hack from Dead Space 2. It's being brought back into this game, which is fine by me. It works very well. It's simple, it's straightforward, and it doesn't waste any time. It's fine. The punishment for failing this is very, very minimal. You see the bar on the top? That's going to go to the left, and when it expires, you're going to get shocked, but it doesn't kill you. So just move the left analog stick to the left and right very slowly until you get a blue area, and then you don't have to go like left to the right to the left. It's random every single time, but as long as you're just doing it quickly, it just takes some time to get the hang of it. And I did that on my first try just because I'm so familiar with Dead Space 2, even though I haven't played it for a long time either. So no more enemies in this room yet either. It's going to be some kind of a pinball machine that lights up. If you've ever played Dead Space 1, there's a really cool shooting gallery, like side mission. It's not a side mission. It's just a fun little thing that you can do to earn a lot of rewards and stuff and get a good trophy. I got the trophy. It's tough. It's really tough to hit those targets. I used to have the video on my channel, but it's in my other channel, but I don't think I have it anymore. So now we're going down here, and we are going to be doing some pretty tough battles, but just don't let this game fool you. Like the first time you go through it, there's no way you can know where the spawns are. So here, look, the spawn to the left is going to be these lurkers over here. So throw the canister. I could throw the canisters at those two guys who come down. Might try to get a couple of fuckers with one stone. And see, there's another lurker coming down here. I have a really good strategy for this section. But first of all, we have to take care of these lurkers. So just take care of those guys. And there's going to be an area around the corner that has an artifact and an item pickup. And once you get back here, back yourself up against the wall after you pick up the items, and you're going to have this guy coming at us. I was fully prepared for this guy, but you see how even though I stasised him, I wasn't in any peril, but it was one of those things where I had to get him stasis ASAP. Okay, so now this next part up here, go down the ladder, and just go all the way down the ladder. First I'm going to loot these bodies. What happens is go all the way down the ladder. That triggers a spawn. But then go back up the ladder, and the guys who spawn down here will not be able to get up to you. However, we are going to have some enemies up here who spawn, but they're going to be cake because we're just going to be backed up against this wall here, and we can prepare for their arrival. One of them's going to bust out in a minute. There he goes, and then he's going to be followed by another one, but I think this spawn took a few minutes to come. Not a few minutes, but I've had this. It usually happens faster, but I picked up a limb here and was just waiting for the guy. And it may have been I needed to go up a little bit, get some proximity to the area, because I knew there was another guy coming. Like I said, it's the same thing every single time. And that's not a bad thing, it's just the way Dead Space works. So I was even targeting these guys here, thinking maybe the guy wouldn't show up, but they always show up, even if they're a little late. So I'm using the line gun very effectively on that guy. And see all these guys down here? They're just in a shooting gallery. Now we can just take care of business, throw limbs. pick up items, and just demolish people. I believe all the enemies are killed. So I'm just stomping things as a formality. Sometimes I know that the enemy, like the item, has dropped out of the body when I kill them, but it's just something I can't help doing. So there is an item to the left you can grab with your kinesis module, and we're gonna be getting the bot pretty soon, which is kind of cool, I guess. I was a little skeptical of what they were all about, but at least they give you stuff, you know, some rewards. Some somatic gel. Those I learned help you create health packs. So make sure you grab these items from up here. 1 and 2. And then I believe once you go down the ladder, he's going to find the bot. Yeah, it's going to be a little transitional scene here. I don't know what to think about this. I think it's fine. I don't know, some people might think it's kind of corny, but I'm not going to go out of my way just to do these things with the bots. But it looks like we're pressing up on the D-pad to get this radar in front of us that's going to be here in a minute. This radar right there. And from what I learned, you just walk around until it's like a metal detector. Just go to an area that starts beeping very quickly. And in this instance, it was this area over here. So I'm going to set the bot down. He's going to do his thing. And whatever he finds, the contents of his exploration are going to be deposited in our safe at the bench so we can pick everything up. Like it says right there. Okay, so some tough battles up ahead. Grab this exploding canister. These are very helpful in this game. Not only to kill enemies very quickly, but to save yourself some ammo. Not having to waste your own ammo here. So pick this up. You're going to have a guy jump out at you from the left as you ascend this incline right here. So make sure you just let him land first. Don't just throw it right away. Make sure you can make contact with his body. That actually probably hit him. That just goes to show you how much HP these guys have. So I stasis that guy using the line gun to take care of the limbs of this monster. And we also have a lurker up there too. Yeah, there's the lurker. I'm gonna take. Oh, what am I doing here? Yeah, there's the strafing move that you should really practice doing with these guys. And for some reason, when I throw these guys, they're not. I have to stomp on them. I can't just like throw them against the wall and have the item come out. Maybe I'm doing it incorrectly, but hell, I've been doing it to other enemies and it does it, so I'm not really sure. Okay, now we're gonna have some exploders up ahead. These guys are. I can't tell you how many times I've been killed by these guys during a hardcore run. I hate these guys so much, but I like them. They're kind of unique. You just want to hit the grenade part, the orange part on their bodies, and then they explode. But it's got a pretty big radius of explosion. You see right there, I missed him. That's why he got too close to me. So got to watch out for that. Then we're going to spawn a couple more of these guys. I like to spawn that one, then run back. Because we're going to have another one hot on our heels over here. So turn around. Then you're going to see we're going to have a couple of exploders plus this guy here with the pickaxe. See, there's. See, I killed the one exploder with this exploder who was dead, but his grenade arm was still in the environment, so you could use that as like a detonating device to kill other nearby enemies. Works really well. So I think that's it for this section. Until we go in the door and do another fight. But it's nice that they give you a checkpoint right here. Very nice, in fact. This is a hard fight because you can't go back into the door quickly enough. And you got these goddamn bugs here who aren't very deadly, but if they jump on you, you've got to tap X. So look how this scenario works out. I mean, I did pretty well cleaning the bugs, and then they jump on me. Why put bugs in this game? They were in Dead Space 2, and they were a nuisance. The contact beam secondary function works pretty well on those guys. But yeah, it's probably going to take you a couple of tries to do this, or if you get lucky, or if you're just skilled, that's cool too. But yeah, that took me a couple tries, but it's just a messy situation right there. So I'm going to try to see it. I couldn't even grab this text log off the bench. Not sure why, but now I'm going to go upgrade and see what the bot has put in my safe from his expedition. Got a couple of items and a trophy too. Got a new circuit. So here's the results of this guy's findings here. So we got a lot of stuff for me, and I'm happy with him. He's definitely my buddy. Okay, so I'm not going to mess around with that too much. I want to go ahead and apply some upgrades here. I left this footage in just to show you what I was doing here. So I have a reload feature. I probably want to apply that to the line gun, which is my lower tool. And in this one, I'm going to unlock one of the circuits so I can apply something else in the future. But it looks like I need some more tungsten for that. But after this, the next thing in the room we're going to be encountering next is a bunch of bugs. And I honestly don't think these things hurt you if you shake them off. But you can't shoot when they're on you, or it makes shooting harder, one of the two things. So I just take the hits sometimes. I don't think it's worth it to use. See, look at this. I'm tapping X, and I don't think I'm taking a little damage. Maybe I wasn't tapping the X button fast enough, but I know that I just had to redo this whole chapter, and I was dealing with those bugs a lot. The bugs are going to burst out of these pregnants up here. These guys are the pregnants. Don't shoot their belly, whatever you do. If you do that, you're fucked, especially on a hardcore run. Like, shoot their head, and then shoot their legs or their arms. Just be very careful. When they're dead, though, you can't get any bugs coming out if you stomp on them or anything like that. It's just when they're alive and you shoot them in the belly. We're going to have another pregnant over here too, but you can collect the items first if you want to. There he comes. He's walking over there on his chicken legs. There's one stasis machine over here, but I think it's just one of those that gives you, it's like a one-time deal. I could be wrong though, but if you do want to just take these guys out and then wait for the next guys to spawn, like if you don't want to waste that machine, say you have like your stasis in the yellow and you don't want to use your one use of that machine, just stand in one place for like, it doesn't even take a minute sometimes. It's pretty fast, and just wait for your stasis to regenerate so you can deal with the next wave, which spawns when you go up this staircase right here. So you're going to have to back off. So my predicament here was that I didn't want to waste the use of the stasis, so I'm just going to walk around for a minute, stomp on the bodies, even make an upgrade or two actually. So I'm going to head back here and apply that item that I just got. I don't know why these doors have two locks on them. You either press the X button or you have to do that kinesis move on them. Very superfluous. Very, very unnecessary. Oh, so I got a new circuit, damage and something else. So I'm really loving this game. It's one of those. I'm in Dead Space mode now. I'm just really loving this game. It's so fun. It really is. So it looks like that slot right there needs to be. Okay, yeah. There's the perk right there, reload and damage. So that's. Two things in one slot is really, really helpful. So by now my stasis has regenerated, and I can also use that machine if I want to. So go back in this room, and then we're going to spawn that next fight. We're just dealing with normal enemies. There's no more pregnants in this room. There's just the two of them that originally spawned. So just waiting for the door to open here. And here they come. These spawns sometimes, even though I was telling you guys that it's the same every single time, it is the same every single time if you're doing the same thing every single time. Like if you're moving around or if you try to backtrack too much, these enemies will go through vents and go behind you. It's actually really cool, but what I did say about, you know, the circumstances never deviating from the original way they're supposed to work, Supposed to is it's one of those words that changes if you do anything different. So you could take what I said to the bank about if you just do the same thing every single time. Pretty much the AI will do the same thing every time. Like in the next fight after the little puzzle, we will be dealing with some pukers, and they always came for me in the same locations. But the one time I moved around in different directions, they spawn differently because that's the game responding to my position in the game. But if you're doing a hardcore run, you definitely want to stick to the plan you have. I think I might do a hardcore run. I just might. But you have to be very familiar with the game. You've got to probably play the game at least 3 times to even try a hardcore run. I actually don't even know how it works quite yet because I haven't defeated this game yet. So what's up here? Oh, these guys. These are the scariest things coming up here. I don't know what they're called. I used to know what they're called, but we have a couple of bugs here, and most of the time I'm going to shake these guys off. But we're going to have... It's not really a scary thing, it's just that the sounds are so much lamentations coming from their moans here, and they're groaning. They're in pain. These things right here. There's a lot of hard sections in Dead Space 1, and these guys were very prominent in that game. So basically, there's just a tentacle on the wall that you have to shoot the limbs. Then you want to back off over here, though, because you are going to have a couple of pickaxe foes coming at you. See the guy had to shake the guy off there? And then there's probably going to be another enemy coming. You can't use that. It's the wrong way. But the thing on the wall around the corner, they did shoot projectiles in Dead Space 1. And this one doesn't, but I haven't come across every single variation of these guys. But, I mean, yeah, I pretty much remember them shooting projectiles. So I got a spare parts box right there. It's telling me it contains resources and rare parts. Now elevator time. Probably should have sped this up, but it may have been one of those elevator sequences that didn't last too long. Yeah, okay, so this is where the pukers are, but you have to do the puzzle first, and I would recommend smashing all the boxes. Sometimes, when you don't smash all the boxes, you have to re-smash them every single... Well, that makes sense, but... I mean, sometimes I smash boxes, then I trigger a fight, and then it gives me a checkpoint, and then the boxes I smashed, those aren't smashed anymore. So this is lame. Like, this is for first graders right here. This is why put this in the game? So you have to rotate the left analog stick and right analog stick, not in tandem, but when you think you have these things right, lined up, then you press L1 and R1 simultaneously. There's no punishment for not finishing it. You're not going to get killed or electrocuted or anything like that. I couldn't really distinguish the sharp edges from where I was sitting from my screen, so actually, and at first I didn't know what the hell this was, and then I realized it's one of these third grade puzzles, but oh well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is the pukers fight. But the most important thing to know about those guys is that you can throw their projectile puke right back at them and insta-kill them. It's really cool. Okay, so there was the obstruction, that necromorph right there. So he was causing the holdup, that son of a bitch. Okay, so in a minute we should be doing this puker battle right up here. The first one, he spawns right up. See where he spawned from that ventilation shaft? Just once he's reeling back just to puke on you, use your kinesis module and then shoot it back at the enemy just like any other projectile. This is the third guy. He spawns right there. Then head on over here, and this guy spawns right where the first guy did. That's all 4 of them. See how you can use that to instantly kill those guys? And then there's one more puker in the elevator, but of course I got grabbed. Of course. Thought I was dead, but I stuck with it. I said to hell with it. I killed the other 4 pretty cleanly, or as clean as you can with, you know, dealing with puke. So that guy got a stomping. Now we're going to go put this in fast forward. Looks like we're in the Cradle Ops section. And up ahead here, Isaac says that he picked up some video from Titan Station. I know the one he's referring to in Dead Space 2, but I don't think it's the same guy. I don't know. I cut the video out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we do have another puker up here to deal with. You see, there's a downed necromorph right there, so I grabbed a limb. And it would be nice if you could hold the limb and open the door, but as evidenced right here, you can't. See, I was pressing X right there. You can't. You have to drop it, then pick it up, which isn't a big deal unless you had enemies rushing at you. So I decided to throw this at the puker, but I missed. So failing that, just stick to the tried and true of just throwing that back at him. Oh yeah, this part is really tough. It is broken by 1 checkpoint, so be thankful of that. Get these boxes here, and we're going to be facing the, what are these guys? The Regenerators. Very tough enemies. Tough just because they can't be killed, and you have to constantly slow them down, and they're very fast. And surprisingly, 1 hit kills you in this difficulty mode. I mean, it's not really surprising, but I don't remember the other games killing you in 1 hit at full health, but it's pretty cool. It's fun and challenging. So here's the guy right here. You have to see the cutscene every time. So just stasis this guy.
Oh, shit.
You can wait till he moves towards you a little bit more. I shouldn't have wasted that right there. But definitely pick this incendiary canister up here so you can take out at least one of those guys. I missed one. But I just decided to climb up the climb up the ladder. What am I saying? They can grab you when you're on the elevator. This is just so riveting here. And this next part, it's hard. It's really fucking hard. It's so thrilling though, and it's totally fun. So he trapped me into the corner right there. I needed to get the hell out of the way. And okay, so I made it over here. And then the guy went through the ventilation shafts. These guys are very, even grabbing objects. He nailed me right here, but I got a checkpoint. I don't know how he killed me, but he killed me. Now, you get the checkpoint right there, like I said. So there's a lot of items in here you can pick up, but mainly you should focus on trying to survive. But if you're a greedy bastard like I am, you'll go around and try to get all the items, even when the train has arrived and there's 2 Regenerators trying to kill me. The hard part about this is just the leapers. I mean, we have that stasis refill to get, but these leapers, hard. I'm saying it right now. I've already said it before, and I've said it on my other guide for my hardcore run. Leapers, hardest enemy in the game by far. They take away so much damage. They're so hard to kill. So we're gonna stasis that guy. What you need to do is just activate the switch for the train. And look at this. See that tail whip? It's so deadly. There's a lot of these guys too, and this was not clean. This was not me doing this perfectly, but I did it, and it was so fucking fun. It's just this game is really good. I have to admit, they did a fantastic job making this. So you kind of just have to run around, wait for the train. Of course, it takes too long. That guy's spazzing out right there. We've got that leaper, 2 leapers, just fucking me up right there. I couldn't even move practically, but the train is coming. The intercom will announce its arrival, but you do have to wait like another 30 seconds for it to come. It's just look at it. Look at this greed of mine right here. I was going for the items here, even though I could have gone into the train. But I figured to myself, I had the leapers out of the way, and I have a little bit of stasis left, so I'm just going to throw the stasis at these guys and then get all the items. and that's the end of the level. But that is one fantastic and exhilarating end to a chapter so far in this game.